Tankwa, it's a 3-day rally. It's a tough 3 days. I think 3 days here is pretty much equivalent to 7 days riding views.
Quickly, you have to be on the nav all the time. You know, you're sort of going really short distances, so you really have to be on the nav.
Today was so varied, from really technical terrain to water crossings to fast, flat, open terrain, really virgin trail, just following GPS, you know, rock hopping and bundi bashing.
Jou grade kan uitwerk, jou cap heading en jou kilometers. Vir elke kilometer wat jy verkeerd ry, moet jy kan gaan regstel en net aanhou druk.
And I'm participating in the gold off-road class. Today was our first day. We did about 310 k's. After a while you just go into survival mode, and then yeah, the day just gets long.
It's a good place to cut your teeth, and it's also not a hellishly expensive rally. It's an easy way to get in. If you can't navigate quickly, you can't ride quickly, you're going to miss the mark all the time.
We have two systems, alright. Number one is a satellite unit, which is used for safety. The guys carry it in their backpacks. There's a little Bluetooth timing chip in the back, and it's all protected. It runs off the Global Star network, which is a simplex network. Covers the whole of the globe, alright, except the poles. Updates about every 5 to 10 minutes, so we know where they are. Get that data in when they come back, because there's no GSM out there.
am impressed with it. Through here.
Gibbon. I've started racing rally in 2018 and this is my second Tankwa. Yeah, I've done Kalahari Rally, I've done Morocco and Mazuga. That's about it in terms of rally, yeah. Because hey, Tankwa is totally different. It's a 3-day rally. It's a tough 3 days. I think 3 days here is pretty much equivalent to 7 days riding dunes with all the lurkers and rocks. A lot more relaxed, the atmosphere and the camaraderie. It's a good place to cut your teeth. It's also not a hellishly expensive rally. It's an easy way to get in. There's quite a lot of prep involved in it in terms of setting up your bike and getting it ready for a race like this. You've got to make sure that you've got enough fuel to go the distance. You've got to have redundancy systems in place when you ride the bikes this hard. And you've got a limited amount of time and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, so you've got to sort it out. So literally today was the first time that I ever tried the digital road book. And surprisingly, even after face planting against it, it's still in one piece, touch wood so far, and very accurate. In daylight this isn't so great. Willem does a rugged tablet that's specific for rally that holds up a lot better. For me, I'm just a bit blind, so I had to go with a bigger tablet. It's about the same size as you would get with a paper road book. The biggest advantage is, guys are always worried that this isn't very strong. I mean, we proved it today. My bike did 3 flips with this on it. and it's still in one piece. Over and above that, with the paper road book, the issue is if you crash your shell, it's gone. You don't have a road book anymore. You can't fix it in the field. The nice thing about digital is you just carry your phone as a backup, also with the Navigator app. And if you do break your tablet, you can just quickly swap your tablet for your phone that's in your pocket, and you can still finish the rally. You know, you can still follow your road book. It's a really simple system. We've got a Bluetooth module. Willem's is the same. This is just like a generic one that we made and 3D printed, with a little Bluetooth box that connects to the tablet, and that's got all my controls on it that I can adjust my kilometers up and down. I can scroll the road book with my thumb switch. Today I had an issue with the Bluetooth power on the bike, but I could still scroll manually. So we've got our GPS as well with our safety waypoints, just to make sure that we hit all our waypoints. For the shakedown, what I've done is I've put my traditional ICOs. These have your cap and your trip, and I've run them on the right hand side just as a backup in case something failed on the road book. Yeah, it's kind of like playing chess while racing. There's a lot to it, and it's quite difficult. You know, you see a lot of the top guys as well when they race GPS, they're fast as bats out of hell. But as soon as you put a road book in front of them, you can only ride as fast as you can navigate. So that's your restriction, no matter how good you are, how fast you can ride, and what your level of skill is. If you can't navigate quickly, you can't ride quickly, you're going to miss the mark all the time. That takes a bit of getting used to, but I mean, with this setup now, is to try and make it more accessible. You know, a traditional setup would cost someone tens of thousands of rands. You know, now you can literally just, on your adventure bike, run the app on your little phone, old phone that you have, and you can get into it, you know, and sort of start figuring it out. With a traditional road book and paper scroll, yeah, they do it on these big rolls, and you've got to send it off to a printer or have a special printer. Let's say, you know, something changes to the road book. You can just send it as a PDF to the guys, and they upload it to their phone via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever, and you're good to go. You don't have to sit and do 3 hours on a late night of changes before you're ready to go out. So as a rider, watching Dirk, one of our guys running paper road book, he spent like 2 hours tonight Koki penning his road book. We get this already colored in, it's great. Like, it takes so much pressure off the rider. It's pretty much just a PDF, and we just import it into the road book. For example, if I go out of this now, yeah, you can literally just import it, and yeah, you literally just click on it and it imports it in. You can use a PDF editor and just make any additional notes that you want tailored to you.
So, Kim, I'm from Cape Town, and I've been riding for about 4 or 5 years, and really love it. Just got into riding because I got tired of hanging around in the pits and waiting for Johan to come back from his races. So decided to get a bike and start riding as well. I'm riding the KTM 350 6 days. Which is just a beautiful bike, and we really bonded well today. So it was the first time I've done such a long distance on her, and it was really special. So a bit nervous to start with because I haven't ridden her that much, but really bonded, so that was great. Today was so varied. It varied from really technical terrain to water crossings to fast, flat, open terrain. I think the technical stuff was interesting. I'm not sure what the favourite was. Possibly seeing some other riders out there. It's a long day out, and you land up riding on your own for a long time. And when you lose track of you know, on your GPS, and suddenly you're no longer on the terrain and you can't find the path again, it's quite daunting, and you're out there on your own. So when you do see another rider, that's it's quite refreshing. You sort of suddenly see some dust and you get excited. You never thought you'd get excited for seeing a dust trail. So I think the biggest challenge today was probably some of the earlier sections, which were really virgin trail, completely unmarked, no track to follow, just following GPS, and just really, you know, rock hopping and bundi bashing and trying to find your way. No other bikes around, and you're just really hoping to stay on the trail. Some of the other sections where you can see other bikes have gone makes it a little bit easier. So For tomorrow, I guess we can expect a bit more of what we had today, and probably a lot more. It's another 200 kilometers further than today. Today was long. You think you're coming up to a fuel stop, and then suddenly, you know, it's another turn, and you keep going for kilometers more. So I think tomorrow's going to be really long. Tomorrow's going to be about pacing yourself and conserving energy. And knowing Clive, it will be whatever he throws in. No injuries today. I did put it down a few times, but I try to do that gently. But no, all good, body strong, and hopefully holds out for tomorrow as well.
Just came back from the Kalahari 2 weeks ago. Kalahari Rally is 3,700 kilometers over 6 days. It was pretty tough, but this was my second time doing it. I took part in the Malimoto class. Second time round, you got so much more experience going into it, so it certainly helped. And I managed to actually win the Malimoto class, which was my ultimate goal, of course, going, and place 6 overall. So really happy with the result this year. The bike, this is the bike that I took to the Kalahari, built by myself, and yeah, she did really well. Took it a lot easier because when you ride in Malimoto, you just have to pace yourself that little bit more. You know, if you get into trouble, it means you're going to get less sleep effectively at the end of the day. I mean, the Kalahari varies quite a bit. I mean, we go through extinct volcanoes where it's rocky as hell into massive sand dunes. So around here it's pretty rocky. There's sort of riverbeds around here that you get into with quite a few rocks. I'm also thinking back from 2019 when I did it here, quite technical. Here it's a lot quicker. You have to be on the nav all the time. Next year I am off to the Morocco Desert Challenge. Huge. I mean, it has more trucks than Dakar has, but there's no liaisons. It's just, I think it's about 3,000 kilometers of just pure racing. And then on to Dakar in 2023 is the ultimate goal. And I'm here today and this weekend. I mean, I'm just here to support the guys, the rally guys, you know, just help out. It's a bit more skill for me technically wise. You know, I'm working on the bikes, they're coming in, these guys are coming in, so it's nice. It just gives me that sort of feel and that vibe, and it's nice to help new guys. There's quite a few rookies here, so it's great to help them along the way. You know, I can sort of share my experience of what I've done over the last couple of years.
Die jaar is my 5de Tankwa. Ek het altyd gold klas gery en dis my eerste jaar in die rally klas. Laas jaar het ons tweede ingekom vir die hele event en tweede overall gewees. So die grootste verandering vir my was om van 'n GPS ryery af te gaan na 'n roadbook toe. Daar's nie fisiese pad wat vir jou wys waar om te gaan nie. Jy het landmarks of beacons om vir jou altans te wys rofweg waar jy moet wees. En dan moet jy weet wat jou wiskunde is. Jy moet jou grade kan uitwerk, jou cap heading en jou kilometers vir elke sekere kilometer wat jy verkeerd ry, moet jy dit kan gaan regstel en net aanhou druk. En rally klas is nie om te jaag nie. Dit is meer om te fokus, te kyk, te leer en dit net eintlik klaar te maak waar jou goal is. Jy kan dit meer oop ketels ry en die GPS volg. Die oorspronklike plan was om pype scroller te doen. Ons het die preparation gekry en toe kom Willem Avenant met die tablet uit. En toe gaan ons maar die tablet se pad. Dit was op 'n manier die goedkoopste, want jy hoef nie parte te soek nie. En is meer eenvoudig. Elke oggend staan jy op, jy sit jou tablet aan, maak seker hy krag en dan gaan jy. Verder lyk dit of die toekoms tablets gaan wees plaas van die pypeskraal. Met die tablet kan jy letterlik gaan op Google Maps pinpoints maak en jy gaan bou jou eie roadbook. Binne 2-3 dae het jy vir jou roadbook om te oefen. En dan wanneer jy by die event kom, is dit net van laai dit op die stelsel, maak seker al jou goeders is reg en die volgende oggend spring jy weg. Waar met Paper Roadbook moet jy loop sit, deurskraal elke making vir jou in 'n kleur gemerk wat jy kan lees en dan om die hele system op te laai in die masjien. En prakties sal ek sê wanneer jy val met 'n roadbook en jou papier skeur, kan jy nie aanhou nie. Met die tablet kan jy dit op jou foon laai en jy kan jou foon verder gebruik sê nou die tablet het gebreek. Dit is 'n 450 FX. Al die manne wat Yamaha ry sal weet 'n WR sal die beste rallybike wees. Parte wat beskikbaar is om 'n rallybike te bou kan jy enige plek kry. Hulle het die fuel tanks beskikbaar, hulle het die towers beskikbaar, hulle het die hele rally kit wat ready is, kan jy gaan koop vir 'n WR. In my geval het ek 'n FX gekies. Fuel tanks is nie beskikbaar nie. Ons moes dit import van Australië af. Die toring het ons self gebou, ek en my pa. Ons het die bike heeltemal opgebou. Sê maar 3 maande lank. Ons moes briekligte opsit, ons moes 'n nommerplaat kry. Ek moes vir my lig opsit want 'n FX kom nie uit met 'n lig nie. Dis 'n hele proses om 'n FX van 'n off-road bike af soos wat ek gedoen het na 'n rally bike toe te vat. Die eindgoal is Dakar 2025. Op die oomblik doen ons Tankwa. Volgende jaar gaan ek graag die Kalahari gaan ry en so bou ons self op tot ons Dakar reg is. Ons het pas nou weer hier toe gekom, 'n bietjie video's kom skiet. En 'n bietjie kom oefen op die motorfiets en amper die nek afhaal met die heining. Dit was ons eerste insident. Tweede insident was Portable geweest. Portable my lelik afgeskryf in 'n hospitaal in. Neus vergrys, gesig 'n bietjie heeltemal verander. Ons het nou 2 titanium intakes. Maar ons is weer sterk op 'n motorfiets. Ons druk elke dag, vergeet maar van die verlede.
Was al vandag enige incident?
Vandag het ons so 'n klein insident gehad. Ek het nie vinnig genoeg my cautions gelees op die tablet nie en ek is weer deur daai.
Hi, my name is Jaco Du Plessis. I'm from Cape Town. This is my first Tankwa Rally this year. I'm participating on my 2016 Yamaha WR450F. And I'm participating in the gold off-road class. Today was our first day. We did about 310 k's that was on the route, but I did about 350 because we had a bit of a unplanned detour. Today was extremely tough. My body is very sore today, and I would be very happy if I can finish this event. That is my goal. So all those rocks start breaking you down after time. Everything just gets sore, your arms get sore, your hands get sore, and then after a while you just go into survival mode, and then yeah, the day just gets long. The bike held up quite well. I was very pleased with the bike's performance. I did however had a bit of an incident where I broke off my handguards and dislocated my handlebar, but we fixed that this afternoon, so all ready for tomorrow. I was about 1/3 of the way in, so I drove for 2/3 of the way in like this today. Don't underestimate the terrain, come very fit and spend some time in the saddle and to make sure your bike is set up correctly.